optimization, right? Based on the greenfield analysis and simulation experiment conducted in class exercise 2 and 3, we have to carry out a network optimization. What are the additional parameters? I'll show you in software also. So this is the condition. So we know that we have a distribution center at Aurangabad, right? Management has an option that okay, let's say Odisha government is providing certain discounts, certain additional taxes and benefit. So they are providing that okay, if you build a distribution center at Cuttack, we'll get some benefits to the company. Let's say government is promising that. Then we have two options. For factory locations, we have two options. Either we can put in Nagpur or Visakhapatnam, right? So now what happens? We have this type of different kind of combination. I can have two factories, two distribution centers. I can have one factory, two distribution center. Then whenever I have one or one factory, one distribution center. So in each of the cases, I have to find out which is that factory, right? And all these combination I have to compare. So look into the options. I have options for two factory. Then originally I found out that I have like Aurangabad location, I should have my warehouse, right? Customer locations are fixed: Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, then Chennai, right? So these are the four distributor or dealer location, right? Now I found out initially in my greenfield analysis is that Aurangabad is a perfect location for my distribution center. Odisha government is giving me some discount or some taxes and benefit that okay, you come to Cuttack and put your warehouses, put your kind of center here, distribution center here, will provide some taxes and benefits to you, right? So that is for me an additional option, right? Now when you talk about network optimization, when you have combination of factory decision and distribution center decision to make, which combination will give you the optimal result, which combination of factory and distribution center. So that is a network, right? You are creating a supply chain network. Which combination of distribution center, sorry, factory, distribution center, and obviously customer will give you the maximum benefit. Though we are calling it a network, the control, what we have control over is basically where should I put my factory and where should I put my warehouses, because I cannot have a control over customers location. Customer are fixed, those four locations are fixed in that network. So there are three stakeholders: factory, distribution center, and your customers. Out of that I have only control over these two: distribution center and factory. So now network optimization means which combination of this distribution factory and distribution center works best for me. Obviously I can include supplier also, right? Right now I have not included supplier. If I bring that supplier, then it will be a 4-stage supply chain. Supplier, which combination of supplier, factory, distribution center, and customer works best for me. But again, I do not have a control over supplier also, where that locations will be. But again, it will help me to make some recalculations. If I build a complete supply chain, I'll have 4 stakeholders: supplier, factory, distribution center, and customers. Out of that, I will have only control over the middle 2 stakeholders, the 2 stakeholders who are in between. Where should I put my factory and where should I put my distribution center? So network optimization means which optimal combination of factory and distribution center stakeholders works best for the company. Then what about transport optimization? Transportation optimization means which route, which transportation path, whenever I'm transporting something, right? Let's say from factory to the distribution center, or from distribution center to my customers. Let's say I decide that okay, Aurangabad is my distribution center. So which route it should take, how many routes it should take, whether I should have only one truck which will go to all the 4 locations, one trailer, or 2 trailers each going to 2 locations. So transportation optimization is about the path optimization or the route optimization, which path you should take. Think about in this way: if whenever let's say you are planning for a holiday, you want to visit 3 or 4 places, exactly you do that same thing. Okay, if I take a flight to this place, from that I should take train, then from there I'll take bus or hire a cab. So you're trying to optimize your distance traveled or the money spent, right? Because if you directly go from, let's say from earlier, I think from Bhubaneswar to Goa, there is no direct flight. I don't know right now it is there or not. So most of the times either you'll go to Mumbai or Bangalore, then go by a train or go by a separate flight to that. Because if you go by a direct flight, Air India and all those things, it will cost you a lot. So that is nothing but your route optimization or transportation optimization. Same thing when you are carrying out in a business, which path, which route you should take, that becomes your transportation optimization. Network optimization is which combination of factory and distribution center gives me optimal result. Transportation optimization is which route or path my transportation vehicles take, that will give me the optimal result. Any questions, any doubt on? So anyhow, I'll like exactly do this exercise right now. But any questions or any doubt on what is a network optimization or transport optimization? So just a moment. So we have discussed greenfield analysis, then simulation we did in the class exercise 3. Now today we're discussing network optimization. Transportation optimization we'll discuss in next class. Towards the end, we'll discuss risk analysis. So network optimization means in management of network optimization seeks to find most efficient or optimal combination of factories and distribution center in the supply chain, right? Because these are the two things which are in my control. I do not have control on suppliers. I do not have control on location of customers nor locations of suppliers. So I can bring that to my supply chain. I should have an understanding where my suppliers are, where my customers are. But what I can control, knowing that I can only control where my distribution center will lie and where my factory will lie. So these are the additional information we need, alternative facility locations. So from the simulation what we have taken, I have a Aurangabad as my location of distribution center. With that, I'm adding Cuttack as my distribution center and Nagpur and Visakhapatnam as my two factory options. So these are the alternative facility locations. Customers market that anyhow is there. Production, inventory processing, transportation cost. So here additionally we add, because we are adding factories. Earlier case in the simulation or in the greenfield analysis, we did not have a factory. We only have distribution center. Now we'll add production cost. That means how much it costs to produce those electric vehicles, electric scooters. And fixed facility cost and inventory holding cost. How much it, so that is your carrying cost. How much it cost you to keep that inventory in the warehouse or keep that inventory in your factories, right? Then fixed facility cost every day, every week. So what we have in the simulation we have done outbound processing and inbound processing. That means transportation cost only, packaging cost and transportation cost. But we have not built every day any facility, right? Whether it is a factory or a distribution center, some amount of rent, some amount of electricity, some amount of miscellaneous cost will be there that we have to add. Minimum and maximum throughputs and capacities in production, transportation, and storage. That I'll show you. That is something called capacitated network optimization. Demand in the market, that anyhow you had put, right? What is the demand from the customer, right? How much they are ordering. Number of periods and products. Bill of material. Will not include bill of material, because bill of material, once we put, we need suppliers also, right? What kind of raw material, what kind of components are required, that we are sourcing from supplier. Bill of material means whenever we are creating a product, if I, what kind of components, raw material is required to build that product, right? What we are trying to optimize is facilities to be included in the supply chain design. So where my facilities should be, whether I should have two factories or one factory. If I have to have one factory, where should be that factory, right? All those combination has to be there. Quantities to be delivered from sources to destination in the supply chain. That is anyhow that need to be optimized, because that will reduce your cost, right? Reduce your total cost. So the solutions are usually constrained by maximum minimum demand in the market. Depending upon demand increase or demand decrease, right? Your solution might decrease, because imagine the scenario, if there is no demand in the northern part of India, let's say Delhi, and let's say it is not there also in Kolkata, right? So it will make sense to put your factory in Visakhapatnam, because that it can cater to, let's say, Mumbai and your Chennai like locations, right? Only if you have a kind of a demand from, let's say, northern part or eastern part, you might have to put a factory in Nagpur, right? So how much demand is there from different locations, right? If there is a change, that will define your kind of where you should have your factory and distribution center, right? Then minimum maximum throughputs, capacities in production, transportation, storage. The objective function minimizes the total cost. So we want to find optimal solution so that our combination of factory and distribution center will be kind of give us maximum benefit, right? So let me just go to this one. Yeah. So let us try to understand. So these, so those of you who have already created or participated in simulation, sorry, class exercise 3, what you have to go to the simulation, right? So whatever you have put, right, data, where is this? Yes. So simulation result, this was your simulation result, right? Take this, right click, sorry, here. So click this, right click, create a copy as NO means network optimization. Because again, you need not, because already you have included the data regarding the customer location, customer demand, transportation cost, their revenue, the each unit product cost, each unit cost at the customer side. All those information you have already inputted. Those of you who have created that simulation experiment, right? No need again to repeat that, right? Just go to click on this scene. So you, whatever result you have got, right? Just click on that, create a copy as network optimization, right? So that it will be available for you to work on. Then come back to network optimization. Now what we'll do, we'll add some additional parameters. So the first step or the kind of additional step or the, which is already done here, right? So this is my, this distribution center which is Aurangabad. This is already given by your simulation result, right? What we are asking, we are putting a additional distribution center at Cuttack, right? So how to put additional distribution center? Click on this symbol, this distribution center symbol, and click on Cuttack, right? You can highlight or you can zoom out, zoom in. Then wherever Cuttack is, put this distribution center symbol here at Cuttack, right? Then similarly, so because in our original problem, Aurangabad came out as a distribution center. That was our result. Now the question is, if I have an option to put a distribution center at Cuttack, and I have an option to put factories at Nagpur and Visakhapatnam, which option I should take? Where should I, how many factories I should put, and how many distribution center I should put, and what should be the combination of that, right? So put this distribution center at Cuttack, then click on this. So this symbol is for factory, right? Create a factory at Nagpur. Again, zoom in. Create a factory at Nagpur. Create a factory at Visakhapatnam, right? So this is the additional thing I have already done. So click on this factory, create on Visakhapatnam, create on Nagpur, right? Anybody having any difficulty on this? So what basically we are doing, we are creating our field for network optimization. These customer locations were given already, right? You need not have to again include that. This distribution center location came as your result, right? Now what we are doing, we are putting another distribution center at Cuttack, which is given in the class exercise, because that is additional distribution center. Then two factories is Nagpur and our Visakhapatnam, right? So first thing what you should do, you should go to groups. Okay. So already if you see customers grouping will be already there, right? So click here add, right? If you click here add, so group name will be there. So I've already created factory, right? Name that for you, name that as factory. Now if you go to here, select what you want to include that, right? So what I'm telling, create a group of factory, select this Nagpur and Visakhapatnam as two factories, right? So select this, similarly create, just a moment, let me delete this. So if I go to factory, so what I've done, I've created a factory group, created Nagpur and Visakhapatnam. So I've included Nagpur and Visakhapatnam as a part of factory group, right? Similarly, I created another group called Distribution Center DC. There I've included this Aurangabad DC and Cuttack DC, right? So why I'm doing this grouping, right? Because rather than individually putting all the cost, all the transportation path, it becomes easier for us if we're creating three groups. So I have a customer group which belong to all those four customer locations: Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. I have factory group, so that includes two factory locations, Nagpur, Visakhapatnam, and I have one distribution group which includes two distribution center location. One Aurangabad, which already was there. Then I'm including one more, that is Cuttack, right? So what actually we have to do? Vehicle types, if you see, this was already there, so you need not have to again type. If it is not there, you have to add. So truck, what is the capacity, what is the speed? This was already there in your simulation exercise. Unit conversion not required. Tariff suppliers. So we can add suppliers, but right now we are not making a post-stage supply chain. Site state changes, sales batch, products. Okay, so this information was already there, right? Again, you need not add. Selling price and cost in the simulation itself you had put for each E30 vehicle. Selling price is 20,000, cost is 15,000. This is at the customer end, right? What we have now to include on the production, right? So this is important. So keep adding it one by one. So what is production? I have two production locations, right? Nagpur and Visakhapatnam, and each production location can manufacture all those four vehicles, right? E30, E60, E90, E120, right? So that's why if you see, I have eight added here. Eight. So why eight? I have two factory locations, and each of the factory locations can produce all those four vehicles. 4 plus 4, 8. So I added first Nagpur, product E30. So production cost is given in your that case class exercise which I'm giving. What is the production cost, right? Include that. So to manufacture a vehicle at Nagpur E30, it is costing around 10,000. Similarly, if I'm manufacturing the same vehicle at E30 at Visakhapatnam, it is costing me 9,000 rupees. Like that for each of those factory, you have to add. So this information is already given in your class exercise, which will be uploaded few minutes after this. So that information, according to that, you just keep adding that 10,000, 9,000, 15,000, 14,000. Let me do one thing. Let me share that with you. So I just share that PDF document. So that will give an idea about the transportation cost. So if you look into that class exercise, so for each product, what is the production cost? Not that, sorry, not transportation, production cost at each factory, right? And this is the additional thing we are adding in the network optimization. This was not earlier data. This was not given earlier, right? So if I scroll down, though we are not using this, let us try to understand what is this minimum throughput, maximum throughput, fixed, right? So each production plant, right? If you look into assembly plant or production plant, right? So they will have a limit, right? Even if there is no requirement, they generally try to, because some equipment need to be used on daily basis, right? Also, they look into that. Okay, some regular employees has to come and they need to get paid, right? So they have a minimum throughput. Even if there is no requirement, there is still inventory. They try to keep, and sometimes it can be zero also. They can shut down the plant for maintenance for next 20 days or 30 days. Throughput will be zero. That means no production. But generally, most of the times they keep some manufacturing every day, right? They generally, it is kind of a belief also. Production managers, assembly managers do not want to shut down unnecessary shutdown of plant, right? So this is what we can define. Minimum throughput means every day what is the minimum number of quantity need to be produced. Maximum means obviously if I have used all the equipment, all the resources, what is the maximum production capacity of my plant, right? So in this particular case, if you see the demand is not that high. Think about right now Ola, what is happening, right? There are a lot of demand. Right now their manufacturing plant is not able to meet the demand, even with a full capacity and full capacity utilization, right? So that is where your maximum throughput will be useful. If I define that, okay, Nagpur per day, E30 vehicles, more than 20 vehicles cannot be built. So maximum 20 vehicles per day E30, E60. Similarly, for each of them, I have to define what is the maximum throughput from that plant. Similarly, what is the minimum throughput from that plant, right? Then there is something called down penalty, up penalty, right? So down penalty is when, think about in this way, the back order, right? Down penalty means if there is a requirement from market, there is a requirement, there is a demand from market, but the production plant is not able to meet. Production is down, right? Production is down in comparison to the market demand, right? In that case, what happens? Customer satisfaction will decrease, or customers will get dissatisfied, right? So there is a cost to it because we are not able to meet the demand from the market. So that is where the back order concept come, and we pay some, not necessarily penalty. There is a cost associated with it, right? We may have to prove some additional things or additional discount to the customer, right? Sometimes if it is a government contract, government is going to like charge you some liquidated damages for any week of delay. Generally, they charge per week of delay 0.5%. Let's say there is a contract with government or defense that okay, we'll send this many vehicles by March end. We are not able to meet that delivery. So per week we have to pay 0.5% of the contract value. So up to maximum 2.5% or 5%, right? So that is something known as liquidated damages, right? So that is the down penalty, right? If I'm not able to meet the demand. Same thing with the up penalty. Up penalty is when I'm producing, but there is no demand. So up penalty means I'm keeping those inventory in my store, inventory in my plant. So that is the additional cost because inventory in a plant, in my production plant means it is taking up space. So for holding that inventory, for carrying that inventory, there will be a cost associated with it. So that is the up penalty, right? So in this case, we are keeping it simple. We're not putting it anything. Sometimes we include also CO2 per product, right? In some cases, some countries, there is a mandate that for any production unit, how much electricity, how much resource consumption is happening, right? You have to put that, so that that kind of carbon neutral you have to become, right? That kind of carbon credit you have to buy towards the end of the year, right? And this is not right now in India, it is not applicable, right? So this is the additional thing which you're adding, which is a production cost, which was not earlier there because we are adding something called factory here, right? So production cost is only for the factory because production will happen only in the factory, right? Not in the uh, distribution centers, right? Uh, product storages, right? So this is one thing. Just click on facility distribution center. Initial stock unit, in case if you just open your whichever kind of analysis you have done, here some number will be given, initial stock unit, make that 0. So what do we mean by initial stock unit? Because we did not have a factory, right? So what that algorithm used to do, whenever there is a demand from customer, that means dealers or distributors, whatever maximum demand, it used to store automatically, right? Because there is no unit of factory, right? So here, why we are making it 0? That means anytime a demand is coming to the warehouse, right? This is the distribution center, DC, right? So because product storage is happening at distribution center. If I'm not keeping any unit right now in the start of the simulation, right, or start of the network optimization, what will happen? Distribution center do not have any initial stock. It will directly ask the factory to produce and send them the required amount of quantity, right? So that is where initial stock we are keeping it at 0. If you make some, like let's say if I keep it 500 or 5000, unless that much quantity has been completed or that much quantity has been already sold from the distribution center, already transported from the distribution center, no manufacturing will happen in the factory, right? So to initial case, because I'm trying to think that whether I should build 2 factories or 1 factory and where should that location be, I'll keep this initial stock unit because this is the starting case scenario, right? I'll keep this initial stock at 0, right? Any questions, any doubt up to this point?
Yes, sir. So, if when I open products storages in mine, the products are showing like there are 4 points for every product like E30, E60, E90, and E120. And under the facility, it's showing Aurangabad. Like, I have 4 options. So should I delete the rest three?
Can you please repeat? You are telling you are showing 4 product storages.
Yes, sir. like for different product, for each product.
Okay. Do one thing. Go to this product groups. Okay.
Yes.
Click this ad. Okay. Click on this
Yes.
ad. Something will be given. Then in this product, if you click, select all these four included. Click this as included.
Okay.
Okay. So like I have created product group. Okay. So click ad, name that as a product group. Okay. Then if you double here, if you double click in the products, right? Just select them all as included, right?
Yes, so I've done that.
Okay, once you do that, go back to product storages. Whatever is there, just click that and remove. Click that, remove it. Okay. Everything, whatever that four.
Share my screen once.
Yeah. Just a moment. Okay. Now you can share.
Yes, sir. So this is it is showing like this, sir.
Yes. So do one. Go to groups.
Yes, sir. So I've created a group.
No, not product group. Remove this. Where is this? Only this. Only one group is there. Just
Yes, sir.
click on this cross mark. Here, yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So go to groups. Scroll down. Okay, here it will not be there. It is yes. So you have a customer group, factory group, a DC group. Okay, good. So cross it, close it, close it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now go to this product storages. Go to all. Click on the all. Top, right of block, basic.
Yes,
So
sir.
production you have already put.
Yes, sir.
10,000, 9,000. Okay, currency you have to change to INR. So that
Yes,
you
sir.
can do.
Actually, from the beginning, I am doing in USD. That is why I did not change.
Okay, go to settings, extension right side. Go to settings,
Yes,
unit.
so I've added one.
So INR you can. This yes. This currency you can change to INR later on.
Yes, sir. I'll change it.
So go to product storages.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these what you can do, just add, click on add.
Yes, sir.
So under facility, just click on the DCs.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Then product, under product, click on the product groups.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
I'll remove the first two.
The first four, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So product storages, like we can keep that same core also, but otherwise what happens, number of times are increasing, right? So what we are basically doing, so we know that our DCs are only two places, that is Aurangabad and Cuttack. On that, what we are storing product groups. So I have created a group called product group, which is just above here, right? So that has those four products, E30, 60, 90. Then for all those distribution center, Nagpur and Visakhapatnam and no, which is that Aurangabad and what is that our Cuttack. For all the product groups, for all the products E30, E60, E90, 120, right? I'm telling initial stock to be 0, right? Then product flows. So if you go to product flows, you have already one product flow, right? From distribution center to customer, right? Just check that whether it is there or not. If again multiple paths are there, delete all of them. Just keep source as DC. So this bracket, straight bracket is group, right? So we have a product path already there, distribution center to customers, right? So if let's say you have multiple products, delete all of them. Then create add. In the all sides you create from DC to customers, right? Similarly, you can add one more factory to. So what basically I'm defining here. So I have already done this, so I'm not deleting this. So what basically I'm defining here, I have factory now decided that I have two factories. I want to build whether I will have two factories, one factory, my network optimization will tell me. I have two factory locations, that is Nagpur and Visakhapatnam. Products will flow from those two factories to my distribution centers, right? So destination source is factory and destination is distribution center. Then another product flow will happen from distribution center, that is DC, to customers. So distribution center group, I have two distribution centers, Aurangabad and Cuttack. Then to the customer group. Customer group is Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, right? So let's say you have multiple paths shown here. Do not make it complex, delete all of them. Keep only two lines like this, right? Then what you are what is the flow happening? What are the products, right? So in the product, you select product group, right? Then other thing, I think nothing else we have to change. Make sure that it is included. Inclusion type include, right? So anybody facing any difficulty here? So what I'm defining in the product flow is where the product flow is happening. Earlier in the simulation and greenfield analysis, our product flow only was happening from the distribution center, Aurangabad to, so there will be four locations. From Aurangabad to, let's say these four locations, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, right? Now what I said, rather than making for each product, I have to create a product flow. I deleted everything. I made it very simple. I created a group of distribution center, that is my Aurangabad and Cuttack. Product will flow from distribution center to customers. What product will flow? All the products, product group. Similarly, from factory to distribution center, what product will flow? All the products. Right? Then next is processing cost, right? Processing cost will happen in your distribution center. Earlier, what used to happen? Only you had outbound shipping, because from Aurangabad, the product used to move to your, let's say, those four customer locations. Now, what I've added? I have added one more distribution center, that is Cuttack. So I have to add that. So Cuttack distribution center, what is the outbound shipping cost? That is given in your case exercise, 500, 300. Then rather than individually adding the product, you can add the product group, right? So rather than that E30, 60, 90, 120. So this is how your product group is helping. Otherwise, for each of them, you have to add E30, 60, 90, 120, right? Four different products. Here directly we are adding product, right? So these numbers is given in the PDF document which I have given you, right? Aurangabad was already there. Only thing we added Cuttack. Now one more thing we are adding, right? Type inbound cost also. Why? Because in the previous case, inbound was not there because we had not defined the factory. Right now, what has added extra? We have added a factory. So from factory, it will move to the, when factory products are moving to the distribution center, there is an inbound cost, because when, let's say, just imagine you have a distribution center, products are coming to your distribution center from factory. So inbound cost means unloading of products. So products, those vehicles will be unloaded, kept in a storage place. So that is your inbound processing cost. Then whenever products are going to the customer, that will be your outbound processing cost. That is outbound processing cost per piece of product is 500. Again, I can make it very complex, say that, okay, for each product, there will be different processing cost, but we are just looking into a simpler problem, right? Is this part clear, or any doubt why we are adding two different processing costs? Earlier case, greenfield analysis simulation, we had only one processing cost, that is outbound, because from distribution center, products used to only go to the customer. Now products are also inbound to distribution center from factory. That's why we are adding inbound shipment cost, right? Then periods, we have taken, okay, this I have to change to 2022, right? No, April to June. So I think this was the period which was given. In your case, I think it will be correct, right? 1st of April to 30th of June, 2022. Period groups I do not need. Path. Okay, so this is important. Earlier, again, because product flow used to happen from distribution center to customers. So this path was defined, right? I'll add one more path. So in your case, if again multiple things are there, delete each of them. So what we are creating we are creating one path. When I say one path means one equation. That doesn't mean only one path is there. So what I'm telling, anytime product is flowing from distribution center, any distribution center, that is either my Cuttack or Aurangabad, right? To customers, how my transportation cost is being calculated? That is distance based with fixed cost. What is that cost? So for each transportation, for each time a truck is moving, fixed cost is 1,000 and variable cost is 10, right? For variable cost is per kilometer. Per kilometer travel, it will charge 10 rupees. Fixed cost is 1,000. So let's say it is traveling 200 kilometer, 200 into 10, 2,000 rupees plus 1,000, 3,000 rupees the truck is going to charge, right? Same equation I'm putting for my factory to distribution center also, right? From factory group, the products are moving to distribution center. Ideally, the cost calculation should be different. I should add another transportation vehicle because when products are moving from factory to distribution center, they generally take through trailers or bigger trucks, right? So they are not going to use the same transportation vehicle. But again, for simplicity, I have kept it same equation, right? So 10 per kilometer, 1,000 fixed cost, right? So this is the additional, again you are adding. So because I have added added stakeholder factory, so that from factory to distribution center, I am adding that cost, right? So other things, okay, one more thing you have to add, transportation policy, right? So here you make it less than truckload because if a full truckload is there, so what will happen if full truckload is there? The problem will happen in case the demand is not there for a full truckload. There will be waiting period, right? For like let's say demand is there. Let's say the truck can carry 20 units, but demand for that week is only 5 units. The truck will not move. Truck will wait. Okay, next week demand will come six. Still, it will not move, right? To avoid that scenario, what we are telling, lowest than truckload, what is the minimum load ratio? As long as, let's say my capacity is 20, if it is meeting 12, that means order has come for 12 units, truck will move. So this you can play with. So for me, I have kept it as, for the class exercise, I have kept it as 0.6. What does minimum load ratio means? If my truck can carry 20 vehicles, as long total demand is, let's say 12, minimum is 12, truck will move. Let's say per week, E30 is only 2 units, E40 is, E60 is 5 units, like that. Combined product demand is more than 12, then truck can carry that, right? Even if it is less than the full truck demand, 20 units. If I just change it to full truck demand, right, what will happen? Unless you have a demand for that with 20 units, transportation from distribution center to customers won't happen, right? So these two things you have to change in case it is written as full truckload, right? So here we are defining the transportation cost. Anybody having any doubt on this? Here again, if you see, I have used the same vehicle, but most of the times we do not use similar type of vehicles. From generally factory, it comes the products being transported at a bigger vehicle like trailers, 16 wheelers, right? But we are not making it very complex. So it is all. What is the objective? Like if you, some of you have gone through this advanced data analytics method or data analytics classes, right? So there in the solver, you would have solved those objective functions, right? What I want to maximize. So objective functions can be in two format. Either I'm maximizing my revenue or minimizing my, maximizing my revenue or maximizing my profit or minimizing my cost, right? So what are the like kind of variables which will be considered in your equation, right? The revenue, penalties, transportation costs. So this is minus. So from total revenue, these are the numbers which will be subtracted to see that where I'm getting optimal profit, right? At the end, I'm trying to maximize my profit, right? Supply cost, initial cost, closing cost, other cost, carrying cost, inbound processing, outbound processing. CO2 emission, I have not included here because I do not have any tariffs also. though I'm putting it here, and there is no, like, I do not have any tariffs or any kind of taxation I have put, right? So keep it as it is, no need to change anything here. Locations, so we had 4 customer locations. We had found out Aurangabad distribution center, then we added 3 locations, customer Cuttack DC, Nagpur location and Visakhapatnam location. Location groups, nothing there. Groups, this already we have added. Now facility expenses, right? So this is the additional cost, right? So we had earlier put outbound processing cost, inbound processing cost. These are the cost in like regular, let's say electricity and some miscellaneous cost, right? So this you have to add facility expenses. So 4 locations, because there are 4 different costs. If it was same cost, I could have added that group, distribution center group one cost and factory group another cost. But here for all those 4 locations, which is in my control, per day cost is different, right? Ideally, it should be little higher, but I have kept it a little bit small. Aurangabad distribution center 300 rupees per day, Cuttack distribution center 200 rupees per day, Nagpur distribution center 500, Visakhapatnam 400 rupees per day. These are again factories, right? Ideally, it should be in like lakhs of rupees, right? Mm. So this then demand is there. So demand again, it was in the beginning, right? We are not making any changes. When you did that greenfield analysis, right? That was there. Then this is factories. Make sure that all these things are written as consider. So what we are asking, so I have 2 distribution center, 2 factory. I'm asking the algorithm to consider when it is running that algorithm, running that program to consider all 4 of them, right? Then customers, any of that was originally there. CO2, again, I'm not building anything. Bill of material, when we add supplier, actually bill of material will be required, because I need to build an electric vehicle, I need different components, and components will be sourced from different suppliers, right? So when we add a supplier, we'll be needing this bill of material, right? So these are the information in huge which we are building our algorithm. Customers, distribution center, factories, make sure that inclusion time all consider, right? Then demand, facility expenses, these numbers are given in the case exercise or the like document which I have given you. 300 rupees per Aurangabad, 200 per Cuttack, 500 per Nagpur, 400 per Visakhapatnam. Then I have 3 groups: customer group, factory one group, distribution center another group. Locations, so in your like 4 customers, then 2 distribution center, 2 of your factories. This is the objective. I did not change anything, only thing tariffs. So anyhow, there is no numbers there, right? It will not make any impact. I added one path, factory to distribution center, because I have added a factory, right? So remember this closed bracket, square bracket means this is a group of factory. That means both the factory considered. Similarly, group of distribution centers. Similarly, from group of distribution center, the movement is happening to group of customers, right? Then periods, it is basically April, May, June, 3 months processing cost. We added inbound processing cost because uh, also product will come from factory to the distribution center. Then product flows. This is where you put your product flow from factory to distribution center, from distribution center to customer of what product group, right? Uh, then product group already have added. Product storages, make sure that initial stock unit is 0. So what we are telling, anytime a demand is coming from customer, there is nothing that in the beginning in the warehouses. So warehouse will put a order to the factory, right? Like actually happens in the real field, right? If nothing is there in the warehouse, or customer demand is there from warehouse, one purchase order will go to the plant or the assembly line, right? Then production cost we have added, right? For each of my plant, I have 2 factories. In each factory, I have 4 products are manufactured. I am adding that cost, right? Currency, make sure that it is in INR. Product selling price cost. So this is the cost at customer end when you are selling from your warehouse, right? Production is how much you are like make sure that your production cost is less than your cost to like kind of whatever to the dealers or distributor, right? Then vehicle type already 20 pieces, that is maximum capacity, and 50 is the speed, right? So these are the only things we have to do. Once you carry out that, just click that all the information is there, right? Go to the NO experiment. Start date is, for this I need to change. So here make sure that 95% to 100% is right. So demand, what we are telling, demand might vary, negative side also, positive side 5%, right? So basically 95% to 100%, or we can put exact demand. For the class exercise I have given 95 to 100%. So number of base solutions to find, right? So these you can change how many base solutions you want to find, number of options, number of iterations. So just imagine if I have two factories and two locations, what are the combination can happen? It can have two factories, two distribution center, right? 2 multiplied by 2, maximum 4 options, right? Let me just put 4. So other things you need not have to change. Make sure that this is INR, this is pieces, this is kilometer. Okay. So there is, I guess, some issue. Okay, so I have these kind of options. So if I consider Aurangabad DC, Cuttack DC, and Visakhapatnam, that means one my factory is at Visakhapatnam, and I'm considering both the distribution center. So I have a profit of 19 crore 84 lakhs. No, how much? 1 crore 98 lakhs. No, yeah, 19 crore 84 lakhs 97,717. Right. If I am building both the distribution center and both the factories, right, I have just little bit less profit, right? 19 crores 84, 19 crores 84 lakhs 52,000. Just how much? I think 45,000 less profit. If I'm building Nagpur, right? I'm building my distribution center, factory at Nagpur, 17 crore 37 lakhs. Just imagine if I have only one factory to build, I cannot build two factories. I have option to build factory at Visakhapatnam and Nagpur, and I can have two distribution center. I'll go with this choice, right? Keeping everything else same. I can build my factory at Visakhapatnam and I'll get total profit of 19 crores. Or I can have a Cuttack distribution center and Visakhapatnam, which is very less, right? I'll get how much? 9 crore 58 lakhs 19,000, right? So this is
Excuse
where,
me, sir.
yeah.
So mine is showing that like there was this it's showing that open the log file, like it's not completing the experiment. It is showing that CPLEX terminated abnormally. Please check the log file.
Yeah, I think if in the data, make sure that one issue might be if there is different currency and different go to NO experiment, make sure that this is Jojana is find and this number of solutions 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, quickly share your screen. Let us try to see what has happened. Okay, just go to the data. In huge, okay, Kolkata, Mumbai, then DCs and factories. Just keep clicking on the next one. Aurangabad, DC, consider Visakhapatnam, Nagpur, okay, demand.
So here, I think this down penalty thing, why is it showing? I did not put it.
Okay, yeah, automatically it has come. Remove all of them. Okay, just click on.
Remove all of them.
Yeah, just click 0. All of them put 0. So let me just check mine whether there is something there. Yeah, so I forgot to tell you that. So because there we have not considered any down penalty, up penalty, right? So in case something has come, the demand, please remove that. Put 0. Yeah, for me also, I think in 2 cases it is there. Down penalty, up penalty for all the products, keep it as 0. Okay. What else? Yeah.
Yes.
Then facility expenses, 300, 200, 500, 400 per day. Groups, groups will be correct. Then locations, okay. Objective members.
I've switched off the
Yeah,
tariff.
correct. Path, factory to distribution center. 10, this is distance based, okay. Periods is anyhow this is periods is not recorded here. Yeah, processing cost. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I think yes, it is correct. Product flows, factory to DC, DC to customer group. Just check that. Just go to the right side. Product unit, all periods include yes. Okay. Product groups, anyhow it is correct. Product storages, initial stuff. Go to the right side. Okay. So where is this? Go to the path again. Go to the right side. Transportation vehicle type. Okay, correct. So come back to scroll down. Go to the production. That's okay. These are the cost you have, which you have put 30, 30, 60, 90. Okay. Yeah, correct. Then
Yes. So
product.
should I run it?
Yeah, now you run it.
Yes.
Okay, so see that, okay, for me also, I think I have to change because I had some downward penalty was there. So what is
Yes.
what is the answer you are getting?
Sir, I
But
am getting
just
cut up.
expand the site. Expand the site. Just click on.
So it's
Just click on the site. So just drag it. So on this downward symbol is there, right? If you go there, right? No.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So if this expansion mark will come, just go to that little bit right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Just drag it. When that drag it to the right side. Yeah. Little bit more. Yeah. So what your iteration one is showing? Cuttack Visakhapatnam, you are giving 59. Why flow amount is so little? Just check that your product, whatever mentioned, the product demand, that is correct what we had given in the beginning.
Yes. Demand.
Yeah, I think you are getting correct. So correct. So let me share my screen. Then you compare with that.
Yes, sir.
So just check that whether you are getting similar kind of result. So if I get a, let's say if I have two options to put a, where is my Visakhapatnam? Okay. So if I put a factory at Visakhapatnam, I'm getting profit of, again, this is for a what about that 3-month period, right? 50, how much? 5 crore 93 lakhs 31,758, right? But rather than Visakhapatnam, if I'm putting in, sorry, where is Nagpur itself has not come. Okay, let me just try to build more experiments. So rather than number of base solutions, let me say that 6. I'm just trying to compare if there is an option to put in Nagpur only, right? Yeah. So that option is not coming. So Aurangabad DC, Nagpur and Visakhapatnam, I have only one distribution center, 2 factories. I'm getting a revenue of this much. 55 crore 82 lakhs 25,961.
Yes, so
If
same.
I have Aurangabad DC, Cuttack DC, one like kind of factory, I'm getting a profit of 5 crore 93 lakhs 31,000, right? So basically, see, like if I have these kind of options and I can keep continuing number of iterations, but imagine do not put more number of iterations if, because right now we have not put much of data, otherwise the like kind of it will get hanged, right? Here obviously there is lot less information, so it is able to run within few seconds. But if you have given, if you update all the information across all the downward penalty, upward penalty everywhere, right? It will take a lot of time to run this kind of simulation. But at least, but it gives you an idea that okay, which combination is working better for me, which is giving me the maximum optimal profit, right? If I just put Cuttack distribution center and Visakhapatnam, right? Visakhapatnam distribution center, Cuttack distribution center, that itself is very close to my optimal solution. 5 crore 93 lakhs 27,000, right? So these for a management, you can build that, okay, these are 5 or 6 options for us, choose any one of them, right? Which is giving you the optimal result, right? So this is nothing but your network optimization. So these are nothing but one network. Aurangabad, Cuttack DC, Visakhapatnam, that is one network. Cuttack distribution center, Visakhapatnam, one network. Aurangabad DC, Cuttack DC, Nagpur, Visakhapatnam, another network, right? So we're trying to find out that which network is optimized for us based on what, whatever our net profit. So for me, if I have these kind of options, Aurangabad DC, Cuttack DC, Visakhapatnam is giving me the final profit or the optimal profit, keeping everything same, right? If there is nothing else to consider, this is the best option for me, having 2 distribution center and a factory at Visakhapatnam, right? Thank you for Suyazi pointing that out, because for me, I think the results was coming incorrectly because downward and upward penalty were there for me also in some cases. So this should be your ideal answer for your class exercise, right? Hopefully other things I have not missed anything anywhere. So that is about your network optimization. Next class we'll discuss something called the transport optimization. Any last question, any doubt on this? Okay. So if not, we'll stop it for today. So your quiz will start around 3:45. There will be 8 questions. What we have discussed on greenfield analysis and inventory optimization, right? Inventory control in the last 2 classes. 8 questions, 10 minutes. There is not much calculation. I think only one calculation on economic order quantity, and that will take without any calculator or Excel also you can do that calculation. So try to complete within time by 3:55. Okay. Chalo, take care. Bye bye.